I'm taking off more material on the stem. Why am I doing that? Because I'm crazy. Hey everybody, this is Brian from Carving is Fun, and today I am going to attempt to make a flower out of a solid piece of wood. I am curious to see if I can do this. I've never done it before. I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of weak points, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta try it and see if it works. And I am curious to see how it is. So yeah, I just have a rough outline of what it's going to be. Most of this is going to be whittled away. I'm doing it so I can see where I want all my proportions and show you what I had planned. Also, I planned the design kind of look like this on the top part. It's going to be somewhat like a tulip, but we'll see how this turns out. I am curious to see if I can do it. All right, here we go. A little nervous because, like I said, no idea if this is even going to turn out. Sometimes just got to try it. I don't like carving the same thing over and over again. It just gets boring. Alright, so got it mostly roughed out. My order that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the flower and then the pot at the bottom. Then I'll start whittling up the stalk. But I want to get the main points that's going to require a lot more force to whittle. So I also got a leaf in there I want to see if I can get. We'll see if it works. It might be just too much strain on it to stay on there, but I am curious to see if I can do it. Live and learn. Alright, so I want to make sure that I have a cut right there. That's going to be my separating points. Make some cuts to try and see where I'm going to be at. So I'm going to make these just a light line all the way down. Now you can use a pencil to do this, but I want to just use my knife. Alright, so let's get these two about where I want them. There we go. Get that rounded off a little bit nicer. Alright, so I got it mostly rounded off. I'm going to start going into these parts here and making it more flower-like. So first on that little cut that I made earlier, I'm going to start off shallow on this side and then go a bit deeper. Yeah, a little bit more on that side over there. Now when you're whittling something for the first time, like I am doing right here, because I've never done a flower before like this, I don't like to aim for perfection. That just almost feels like an unnatural kind of goal to actually try and accomplish. Because if you try to go for perfection, you're at the get-go, you're not going to get there. You're going to need practice doing something. Plus, so nature isn't exactly perfect on its own. Even out in nature, there's going to be a lot of imperfections, and like flowers, they're not going to be perfectly symmetrical, and that's what makes them look that much better to me. Plus, this should be enjoyable to you. You don't need to stress out about doing all these little perfect things. Alright, how do I want to do this? You know what I'm going to do first? I'm going to take off this section here. It's getting in the way. Alright. That'll make it easier so I can manipulate it and show it to y'all. So, now what I'm going to start doing is doing the inside of the flower there. Let's see if I can get it in there nice. I'm not going to be too terribly focused on getting it deep in there. I just want to get the impression that it is a blooming flower. Figure I'll drop this real quick while I'm at a little pause. It's still pretty dang sharp. Now, I know the petals aren't going to be blocky like that. I'm probably going to curve this around right here. So let's start doing that real quick. That way I get a better idea of what I want to do. Maybe what I'll do is I'll start going on the outline of the next layer. That way I have a little bit of a cutout going. There we go. Now since I have the cutout, I think what I'm going to try and do is do like a little cut at an angle this way. First I'm going to take care of some of this here. Yeah, that's good enough for right now. I can clean that up a little bit later. So let's do the same thing for all the other sides there. I think I figured out a good way to get the petals going. So see if I can get what I did last time. First started off taking some wedges out. Then I started making the curve. At the beginning I was trying to make the curve a little bit too early. But we'll see if this works. I don't know if I can replicate it. I kind of got lucky with the last one there. Came out pretty clean. It's all about learning what to do. I'm pretty sure some of you who've done something like this before are laughing at me. It's like, oh, there's such an easier way to do this. Oh, I'm sure there is. Sure, if I use my chisel, it'll be fine too. But I want to do this with just knives. I enjoy the challenge. There, for the most part that's done there. Now, what do I want to do? I think what I'm going to try to do is before I do the outside stuff here, I'm going to try to take care of this in the middle. Now, I'm going to try and do it in a box shape first. I know this is going to be my minimum clearance. And these are going to be in there. I wonder if I could do this. Alright, so first, let's do the outside into it. So I want these to be at like a little wedge right there. This will probably help me clean up all that debris up in there a little bit easier if I do these kind of cuts further down. So that might be the ticket to cleaning up that spot. Yeah, I think that's going to be the ticket to cleaning up those. I'll do that later though, not right now. I'll get carried away trying to do that. Let's make the flowers. I think what I'm going to do is go with my box idea. Let's test that theory. I'm going to make like stab cuts all the way across in the square pattern, with the points being in the middle of the petals, where I'm going to kind of do a little divot or scallop like I have right here. And then I'm going to go in, because this is going to be triangular, so I can kind of just cut and make like a point. Let's see if I can do that. Alright. Let's see if this works. So what I'm going to do, it's like the point is going to be right here. Let's make just a little dent there. What I'm going to do is take it off like a triangle. Now, if you all are enjoying the video, go ahead and hit like and feel free to subscribe. I like doing these kind of little whittling projects that I've never done before. It's kind of nice just to kind of go through the whole process of doing a whole new like whittling project that I'm not familiar with. These I find them more enjoyable instead of doing like the same thing over and over again. I mean, sure, I'll be able to understand how to do a bunch of them, but I don't like doing the same thing. I like doing random things. I do just a bunch of different stuff for my friends, my coworkers, family. Just like that to me is fun. All right, let's see if I can do this here. I got that mostly pointed out. I think I'm going to leave that for the way I have it there for a moment. So this is going to be a gift for my mom. She is an avid gardener and absolutely loves all of her plants. Like when she gets home from work, sometimes all she does is just goes outside, starts wandering all of her plants, tending to them, and every now and then she'll pick up a new plant and just like plop it in the ground right in the middle of the yard. So my dad gets home and there's a brand new plant just right there in the middle of the yard, and since he's the one that has to cut the grass, he has to find a way to work around it. And sometimes he doesn't even notice it until he starts cutting that there's just a new obstacle to get around. It drives him absolutely bonkers, and my mom just doesn't understand why. Alright, I think I figure out what I need to do. Noticing that like these ones right here, you can see it's kind of like straight up and down. I need to make more like a V going on, so like this side is angled this way, this side's angled that way. And I can just trim up the flowers later on as needed, but I really need to make that V so I can get down in there with the point and like make a nice clean cut. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have a hard time trying to get all this crap out of there. Let's do that all the way across. I might have to like take these back a little bit, but that's fine. Alright, so I got mostly cleaned out. I had to cut it back a little bit, but I think it'll be just fine. Let's get some of these petals redefined in here. Alright. I'm going to finish up the inside a little bit later. Let's start doing the outside. Start getting this more rounded off. Alright. It's looking pretty good. Now let's start working on where the pot's going to be for the base. I kind of want it to be right about here. Alright. We're going to do kind of like a simple kind of pot where it's just a round one, nothing too fancy. Alright, so I got the pot mostly done there. I think I'm just going to call that pretty much done up in there. It's not as pretty as I want it to be, but you know what? I'll probably do better on the next go around. So let's try and make the stem here. Now I know that I want like a leaf going up the side, so I'm going to try and make that shape first. I hope that stays put. How do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go at a little bit of an angle here. Alright, so let's start going down at an angle. Hope I don't accidentally snap it off. I gotta be careful on this part. Like that. Alright, so let's do the other side. Alright, so what did I learn? Too much downward pressure in that spot. So, let's try it again here. I think I had it like this. I also got to remember the wood grain's going like up and down like this, so I can't just chop downwards. How do I want to get about doing that? Let's get the other sides whittled up. Hopefully I won't need these other corners if I mess up that leaf, but I'll save it for last. Maybe I can just take slower cuts at a different angle once I take all the stuff off here. Alright, let's start getting this leaf situated before I get too far. There you go. Starting to get a leaf going there. Hopefully I don't goof it up. So at this point there's no turning back. It's going to be a leaf or no leaf. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to being almost done. Get some of these rougher spots off while I have a lot of material on there still. That way I don't accidentally rip it off. There we go. Alright, just a little bit more on the leaf than I should stop, because it's starting to get to the point where it's very little material left. Okay, stop it. Start doing the rest of the stock now. See if I can get this part down to where it needs to be. This is where it starts to get a little scary. So I'm going to be putting it on basically a stick. Got to make sure that the single stick isn't too small or it might break. But I also don't want it too big because then it'll just look weird. It looks like a little cactus right now. How thin can I go? Alright, I'm gonna call that stick done there. I know I'm gonna... It's gonna bother me. I know if I do too much more, it's probably just gonna get brittle and or really weak. I don't want to do that. What are you doing, Brian? You said you were gonna stop. Okay. Okay, that looks fine. Whew. Alright, let me see if I can get the base here a little bit flatter. Alright, that's good. Alright, from here I'm probably just going to smooth it out, but for the most part, I'm going to call this done. Just minor touch-ups here and there, but man, that was... How long did this take me? 2.5 hours to do this dang thing. I guess that's what happens when you've never done it before and you're just trying to figure it out all on your own. I'm sure someone has a tutorial on how to do these things out there, but man. But yet, here I am still going. Never learn. Alright, clean this up and I'm done. I'm taking off more material on the stem. Why am I doing that? Because I'm crazy. Alright, leave it alone, Ryan. Leave it alone. Yeah, I'm going to call that done. Right there. That is done. I think that turned out pretty good. Not bad for a first time doing that. Ooh, that was pretty good. Well, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my nonsense self-learning adventure. All right. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a good day, or good morning right now since it's midnight. Jeez. Take care, guys.